Happy Monday, guys. So, starting today, I am doing a 21-day cleanse. What the cleanse consists of is 1 week of prep, so weaning off of certain things that a lot of people drink or eat a lot of, so that your body is kind of used to that amount going down and it doesn't go into shock or have other complications, that kind of thing. And then so that's all this week, but I am going to start implementing some of the cleanse foods so that they become more of a habit for the next week. Week 2 is where you implement the full cleanse. And then on week 3, you are doing like a elimination diet start, which is where you're slowly starting to add back in different things that can cause inflammation, allergies, congestion. There's tons of things that you wouldn't even think of that can cause inflammation. Like, for example, there are certain vegetables that are considered nightshade vegetables, and a lot of those can cause inflammation. So, eggplant, tomatoes, potatoes, all of these things can cause inflammation. You can't have eggs, dairy. A lot of meats are not allowed during this process. And it is a 3 week process of prepping, doing, and then slowly reintegrating other foods to see how they affect your body. I've seen some people who do like the elimination diet without adding anything for like a month, and that's not super healthy because you also don't want to like just kind of keep things that you need out of your system. The biggest challenge I'm going to have is making sure that I'm hitting my calories every day and that I'm eating all 3 meals that I'm supposed to have. That is super important with a cleanse, is that you're having enough food, enough of the right food. So we went grocery shopping this weekend so that I could start implementing the cleanse. And I also started pre-prepping my smoothie mixes by freezing all of the vegetable and fruit and berry stuff into one pouch. And then in another pouch, I'm freezing with it all the powders. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the powders in one, the vegetables and fruits and stuff in the other, sealing them up separately, elastic banding them together. And then when I go to make them, I go dump, dump, add the almond milk or whatever else goes with it. And it's super simple. I'm trying to make things super easy so it gives me less of a chance to be like, no, it's going to take too much work. I have to do this, this, and this. I find that prepping my food makes it way easier for me to stay on target for what I need. Tonight we're going to try the fish taco recipe from the cleanse book. I'm going to try to video most of these. If not, well, I'll just take a photo and I'll just kind of list the recipe below on my videos so that you guys can see what kind of meals I'm making and maybe try some of them for yourself if you're looking for healthier options for meals. Most of my days will be some sort of salad for lunch, but those salads will include things like chicken breast that's been pre-cooked and chopped up, stuff like that. There will be some sort of a protein in there. So yeah, I'm going to show you my grocery shopping for this week. Like I said, we're starting to implement the cleanse slowly. You don't have to do that. Starting in December, I will be doing my first health coaching 21-day cleanse with people. And then I'll be running those monthly. And it's going to be pretty reasonable priced because it's just going to be a Facebook group where I go over what to do, go over the program. If you want access to an app to help you track stuff, I can do that for an additional fee. Because we do have an app with our health coaching program that we can use with our clients, which I think is super cool. I'm going to be taking a before the cleanse picture today. I'll do an after the cleanse picture at the end of it, and when I finish up the cleanse, I will share that with you guys as well. I am super excited to do this. I am excited that it's something that I can share with other people on how to do it, be supportive, that kind of thing. Be an accountability person for them, and walk them through how to identify what foods could be harming them. Because not every person's the same. We have a thing called bioindividuality, which means what I can eat and it doesn't inflame me might not be the same for you. And so it's super important that we identify what we need for our particular body. And that's why diets kind of suck, because diets are ABCD, this is what you do. No person's body is ABCD, this is what you do. And it also, with a diet, it restricts you. And yes, a cleanse does restrict you to an extent, but the purpose for the cleanse is to find out what foods are not doing you well. And so I think that's ultimately way more important than following a restrictive diet. You can only eat ABC. A lot of these diets don't cater to personal needs and personal necessities, because some of us need more protein, some of us need less protein, some of us need more vegetables. Like, everybody's body is different, and it's super important that at the end of the day, what we're doing is what our body needs. So anyhow, I am going to put in our grocery haul. There are two things I don't think I show in this video. I got a container that's about 3-4 inches tall, full of sunflower seeds. I also got a container of pine nuts. Those are going to be added to like my salads as an additional protein source, as something that I think it's protein. Check that. But it's just an additional source. Also to kind of add some crunch to my salad without adding something like bacon bits or, that kind of thing. It'll also add a lot of flavor to my salad. And since I don't particularly like to use salad dressing, and if I do, it's like maybe a teaspoon, it definitely is an additional thing that works out very well for us. So yeah, here is my grocery shopping list that we picked up, minus the two things I forgot to show you guys. And I think in total, it came to about $130 for everything. So it wasn't too bad. $130 per week, yes, is high. It's definitely more than we wanted to spend. But there are other people eating, and although I'm eating something different, I kind of have to, prep a little differently than my husband and my son need to do. They need other food they can't have, or that I can't have. So it's kind of one of those things we had to get extra stuff for them for sides, so that they're not being depleted, or since they don't. My husband definitely doesn't need to lose more weight. The man, with my change in habit, the man has gone down from a size 38 pant to a size 32, 34. He no longer needs to lose any weight. His legs are like twigs. So I want to make sure he's getting enough vitamins and fibers and all that stuff that he needs for his body. Because obviously, again, our bodies are different. And he doesn't seem to be affected inflammation-wise by food like I am. I feel it in my joints. I can feel it in my back, which I guess is technically kind of like a joint. But I mean, I feel a lot in my back and my knees and my hands. That's where I feel the inflammation the most when I get inflamed. Like even today, I'm feeling a little bit more inflamed than I was the other day. The other day, my fingers just felt so small, and today they're feeling a little bit like inflamed. And last night I had dairy, and so I don't normally have dairy, but we decided to DIY pizzas, and we didn't want to drive 25 minutes to Daphne to buy the nut cheese that I like and I can deal with. So we just had to do it with regular cheese, and so that kind of has obviously affected me because I haven't had dairy in a while. So my hand is very much swollen. I mean, I don't know if you can tell a difference from the other day, but the base of my fingers is definitely swollen up and kind of pudged up. So anyhow, here is my grocery haul for this week, and some of next week. Some of the stuff is going to go through for the whole process. Hey guys, so we went shopping for Cleanse Week. We already have ground turkey and a bunch of chicken breast. I think you said, what, 6 different chicken breast things? 6 or 7. I think we have 2 pounds of ground turkey. So meat we're good on for the week, so we didn't have to buy any meat. We made our groceries super cheap this week. We still need to go to Fresh Market and get some pine nuts, some sunflower seeds, and those, because you can buy them by the pound, I only need like 2 or 3 ounces. There's no point in buying a whole big thing of them, because that's super expensive that way. We also need some parsnips and some red cabbage, which they don't have at our local store. So we're going to show you what we got today. It was super healthy shopping day. So we got 2 cans of coconut milk. We just got the Imperial Dragon kind because it is non-GMO. So that is the one we got. It has an easy open lid and it's totally liquid. Sometimes we buy the Thai version. It's super chunky and I don't like that. So I like this brand better. We got that. This is all from Walmart also, by the way. And then we also got some Spectrum Culinary Organic Coconut Oil. Non-GMO also, and we ran out, so we just bought a little thing for now. We got some dark red kidney beans. We already have organic black beans to make chili. It's gonna be a vegan chili. We also got pinto beans for the vegan chili. And a few of our recipes call for some tablespoons of almond butter. So we got the Maranatha non-GMO almond butter. And then also for the chili, there is refried beans. Not quite sure how that all works in, but we're gonna find out. All right, we got more to come. We got 1.5 pounds of white mushrooms to make mushroom soup. So I'm super excited about that. And things like this, as soon as I'm done doing this, I'm gonna be slicing these up for the soup in advance, putting them in a food saver bag and freezing them until we need them so they don't go bad in the meantime. If you can afford to get a food saver, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to save your fruits and vegetables. I also got some hot taco seasoning from McCormick's. And this is a non-dairy mix, so we're gonna add this, I think, to the chili, I think is what they called for it for. We got some lime juice. I was going to buy limes, but financially, this was a much smarter move because it's already juiced, and I don't have to start and juice limes, even though it probably is better to get the fresh ones. We got this lime juice. I also got lentils for a soup for this week. I don't know which one it was for, but lentils. During this 3-week thing, I cannot have white rice, so I did pick up some brown rice to have when everybody else gets white rice. One of our recipes calls for butternut squash, so we got a whole butternut squash. We are going to peel this and cube it up and put it into a Ziploc bag for when we need it and put it in the freezer. We got some Almond Breeze unsweetened vanilla almond milk. This is for my smoothies for the next 3 weeks. I'm sure it'll last me maybe a week or two, but you know. I bought some new protein powder because the last protein powder I got was chocolate, and putting chocolate protein powder in a berry smoothie is disgusting. So I got some vanilla cream. I'm hoping this will be better with fruit because the chocolate definitely does not work for me. And this is a non-soy protein. It's probably not the best one I could have bought, but it's what we could afford for this time. So that's what I got. So I got some spinach. The recipe, some of it called for frozen spinach, some of it called for fresh spinach. I'm going to freeze some of this, and the rest of it I'm going to put into a reusable Ziploc container to save for another day. Beets was in a couple recipes. One recipe I have to kind of peel this and then turn it into little sliver ribbons for a salad, and then another recipe I think it goes in a smoothie, but I'm not sure. This was not on the specific recipe plan, but I am going to portion these up. I'm going to cut off the tops and bottoms, portion them up into food saver bags, because green beans are always a great snack or a great addition to any meal. So I'm going to have these all prepped and ready and in freezer bags as well. We also needed avocados. So I said I needed 6 of them. So we got this 7-pack, I think it is, and we're going to slice these up and freeze them in food saver bags as well. And then for one of my smoothies, I needed a mango, so we grabbed a mango. Again, I'm going to peel this, dice it up, put it in a food saver bag in the portions for the smoothies that I have recipes for. That way I just have to grab out a bag of mango. The strawberries are frozen. I am going to cut these up and put these in cups, 1 cup measuring cup amounts, into food saver bags. Again, I want to try to make smoothies super easy in the morning, so the best thing I can do is pre-portion all this stuff up. So I grab 1 thing of strawberries, 1 thing of this, 1 thing of that for what I need. Instead of having to sit there and measure out every time, it just makes it much easier. And one of the smoothie recipes also called for cherries. So again, I'm going to chop these up, portion them out into 1 cup sizes. I think that's what the recipes call for. And put them in my freezer. And we had some almond flour, but I had a lot of recipes calling for almond flour. So we grabbed some more almond flour. We just got the great value kind. I don't know if this is non-GMO, but almond flour usually is pretty safe. I don't know if there's GMO almonds yet. Then we bought some kale. The recipe called for, I think, regular kale. I can't remember, but either way, we'll probably still freeze some of this just for future use so we don't waste it. And then one of my smoothie recipes called for a yellow pear, so we grabbed one of these little babies. I think this ended up being 50 cents? about there. Yeah, it's about 50 cents for one. So it's a Bartlett pear. And it's specifically called for a yellow pear, so that's what we got. And then one of my recipes is calling for leeks. Actually, two of them call for leeks. One, I'm going to shred it into ribbons to go into a salad. It's called a root salad. And then the other one, I think, is sliced up for a soup. So that'll be great. And then another recipe called for some serrano peppers. So we did grab 3 of those. Normally I would have gotten 2, but these were kind of small because it called for 2. These were kind of small, so I went with 3 to make sure I have enough pepper in the meal. I believe this is for the chili, because I think, yeah, this goes in the chili. Looks like it's going to be a pretty spicy chili. Definitely going to have to look for something else for my son for that day, because he does not like beans, and that is all that's in this chili. If that's a recipe you guys want me to share, comment below. I'm more than happy to video cooking it. That'll be later this week. I start my cleanse on Monday, so I'm pretty excited to just kind of get rolling with it. And is that everything? That is everything. It was 71 cents for the pear. Okay. So the total we spent was what, $94 and change? $93 and change. And I still have, like I said, I still have to get parsnips. We did already have carrots. We did already have meat. So some of the more high cost items that we would normally get in groceries are already here. But we're going to process all those today, get them all into food saver bags, and get ready to go for the week. It'll be fun. Okay, so we are back from shop 2. We went to Fresh Market just to get a few things. What started out as 4 things turned out to be a few more. We got parsnips at Publix because for whatever reason, Fresh Market had none, Walmart had none, nobody had parsnips except for Publix. So luckily Publix was on the way back. So we got parsnips from Publix. Where's my helper? I got pretty much a 2-person serving of Brussels sprouts. I'm going to slice these up, put a little bit of avocado oil on them and a little bit of salt, and that will be dinner. We're going to bake these. I got a red cabbage. I have a recipe that calls for like 1 small red cabbage. I would call this a medium, but that's okay because I also need red cabbage for a couple of my salads. So I'm going to cut it like 2/3 and chop it up and freeze it for the one recipe, and then for the salad, I'm going to cut it up, just chop it up and put it in a reusable Ziploc bag for my salads during the week for lunch. I got I just got 12 ounces, a little bit more than 12 ounces of cod. So you say yes, it's cod on it. We're going to make some fish tacos with this. I'm excited to have the fish tacos. And then I got some asparagus. This was on sale for $1.99, so I grabbed this baby. We do have an asparagus spice that we put on here, and I'm super excited to trim off the bottoms, toss this in that sauce type stuff, seasoning stuff, and bake these. It'll be so good. Is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. So that is all of my grocery haul, and I'm super excited to share my cleanse 3-week process with you guys, and some of my recipes and what I'm doing, so you guys might want to try some yourself. Okay guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you have any questions about my groceries, or if there's anything during this cleanse particularly you want me to talk about, let me know below. And make sure you subscribe and hit the icon to get notified when I do post. Now that I'm not as sick and not having to rest my voice as much, I am definitely able to be more on time with my videos, and I am so sorry about that last week with my voice going and all that other stuff. But you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.